Today I'm here with my beautiful friend, Kristi Romero. She was my neighbor and just moved to New York, and I'm kind of sad about it, but also kind of happy because now I get to have a friend in New York to visit.
Yes.
I wanted to hear all about this new adventure because that is a huge difference from Utah County
Yes.
to
It
New
is
York City
night and day.
with a lot of kids.
Yes.
And we were just talking about this because I used to live out there. I had served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints out there. And I remember thinking, there's no way people can raise kids in New York.
Yep.
So
We're doing it.
And I can't believe it. It's blowing my mind. In fact, we started talking about this and I was like, wait, let's stop so we can actually get this on camera because this is so crazy. So tell me what life is like out there right now.
I mean, it's chaos, but like in the best possible way. I feel like raising kids in a really busy, energetic, fast-paced city is challenging, but also like I can't imagine doing anything different right now. Like I feel like it's absolutely where we're supposed to be. Our kids are thriving. I feel like it depends on the person, right? I feel like a family could move out there and be like, we hate this. This is not for us. Like, take us back to the suburbs. And we moved out there and we were like, oh my gosh, this feels like home. Like the energy of the city matches our energy. And we just, we love it. We literally love it.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
It's so fun.
Well, like, how do your kids get to and from school?
Okay, so we have 3 kids in 3 different schools with 3 different start times.
And then you have custody of a 4th that you go back and forth with.
Yes. So our 4th, he goes to school in Utah, but he comes back and forth. So he does like 4 weeks in Utah and 2 weeks in New York. And so then that's like a homeschool component. So
now you're homeschooled?
Yes. Yes. So now I'm a homeschool mom. No, not really. No, any homeschool mom would be like, no, you're not. No, no, his isn't too bad. His teacher sends work and then we do it together. So it's not that big of a deal. But David normally takes Diesel to school. They walk.
And he's 11.
He's 11.
Yeah.
They walk because his school is the farthest away. So they walk.
Yeah.
And then I take the younger 2. So I drop off my youngest first and my daughter comes with me. We drop him off and then her and I like loop around and walk down several blocks and I drop her off. So
what about groceries? Because I remember when I lived out there, of course, like when I was serving my mission, it was not in nice areas. It was, kind of in the hood. And like we had to take our rolling laundry basket to go get groceries and then like take the bus.
Yep.
Yes.
No, I mean, that's like, so luckily I do all my shopping at Whole Foods, which is, it's not super close, but not so far away. Like I can walk there. And when my youngest was in a stroller, it was perfect because I would just push the stroller. I'd load all my groceries up in the stroller and then I'd come home. But now that he's in school and he's 4, we're not using a stroller. And so I literally have one of those like grandma carts. It's actually my friend's because I refuse to buy one. I'm like, no, I cannot do it. We call it like the grandma cart. So I just borrow hers. But yeah, I roll it up to the store, fill my groceries, roll it home.
But that's like normal there.
It's
so no one's even like looking at you weird.
No, it's so normal. That's what literally everyone does. But it's just like things like that like just going to the grocery store in the suburbs, you just hop in your car, you drive to the grocery store, you load your trunk, you pull into your garage, put it through your little Costco door in the garage. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like so easy. And they're just like a simple trip to the grocery store.
It's not simple.
Entails a lot, like it's not simple.
Oh, I remember.
But it's fun. It's an adventure because even that walk to the grocery store, it's the same every day. Like things always change around you. You see new people, you see
Do you feel
street
safe,
performers.
Though? Well, because you're downtown. You're like Midtown Manhattan, right? Or where are you?
Yeah, we're right in the city. So, but I feel safe. Yeah, I really, really do. I think you have to be extremely aware of your surroundings. There's been times that because I was very aware of what was going on around me, like I got myself out of situations.
Like what?
Well, like one time I was with my kids on the subway and we were being followed and I knew immediately because I was aware, because I knew what was going on, I knew we were being followed. And so I was able to find help, like and get myself out of the situation, because the guy was like literally like following us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I knew, like, I just knew, I'm like, I need to find another guy to help me. And so I was like running along the platform. I had one of my friends with me and her kids. It was intense.
That is so scary.
But for the most part, I feel like because I'm aware and my kids are very aware, like we have like a code word that if I feel like they're a little bit too far away or there's someone around us that I just feel a little uneasy, I say our family's code word and my kids know immediately to like get close to me and we're going to like pivot or go somewhere else or we'll go into a store or, you know, so it's just like, So
they know, and they're not living in fear, but they know that you have to be very aware living out there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Not living in fear at all, like living our daily lives, but just being aware that we live in a huge city with lots of different people and things happen.
Okay. So what about the rats? I'm just thinking of everything I lived through.
Yes, the rats run the city. No, the rats are big. They're like the size of squirrels. But no, you really only see them like in the park or like after dark, like early in the morning. I've never like seen one in my apartment or anything like that.
What about on the subway? You haven't seen them on the subway?
Oh yeah. Yes, they love the subway, especially when it's cold outside. That's like where they go.
I can't. How often do you ride the subway?
I ride the subway almost every day.
Gosh.
I mean, when the weather's nice, I walk. I walk everywhere. It's my favorite thing ever. It's like one of my favorite things about living in the city.
Yeah, because that's such a cool walk.
Wherever I need to go, I just like walk out my apartment door and I just can walk. Like it's actually really freeing being able to walk everywhere. And not have to like really get in a car, find a parking spot.
Do you have a car out there?
No.
You don't even have a car out there because you don't need one.
No, we sold our cars when we moved there. Yeah.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to brave it with 6 kids, but like I just, the rats, I can't.
I know. Yeah, I know. I was playing at the playground with my little girl after gymnastics and it was dusk, and so the rats were starting to come out, but she's so funny. She just was like stomping along, because if you stomp they scurry. So she was like stomping and she's like, Mom, the rats, like, I don't know, it was so funny.
Like she's used to the rats. Like
totally. Oh yeah, totally. It would be okay. It doesn't freak me out because I'm like, they're outside, it's no big deal, but like if I saw one inside, I would lose it. I would lose it. But like outside in the park, I'm like,
I was out there. You remember when I was out there a couple of years ago for the Global Citizen concert?
Yes.
And we were the line was so hard to get out of when the concert was over. They were like, let's just trudge through this little back area at nighttime. I remember.
That's where the rats are.
I remember praying like, please, God, you know me. You know I can't handle this. I can't do this. Like, please. And Sean, my husband, kept being like, just come on. We'll just go. And I'm like, we're not the same person. I don't do rats. I don't do rodents.
No.
Oh, I remember having like serious issues internally.
But that's where they are, like Central Park after dark. Oh yes.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay. Okay. So tell me about, you have a blended family, the most beautiful blended family. I love your children. In fact, we were just talking about Diesel. Tell him I miss him.
Yes, I
love that boy.
I know, he's the sweetest ever.
Oh, he's the sweetest. We would do like our little carpool in the morning.
Yes.
And he would say his little prayer on the way to school. And I'm like, you are the cutest child. Arranged marriage. Later. We'll talk later. Anyway.
We have to make it happen.
We're going to watch this.
Yes.
Anyway, so you have this blended family and they're so beautiful.
Thank you.
So David has a child and then you have Diesel from your first marriage and then you have 2 together. And you guys have done such a good job of making this work.
Thank you.
Like I just remember asking you this all the time for a couple of years. How do you do that? What has made that work?
I mean, I think that blending a family and co-parenting, it's a roller coaster, and I think you just have to give yourself and everyone involved a lot of grace. I think that's been like what's helped the most is this is all new for us. You know what I mean? No one knows exactly how to handle situations that arise. Like we're all trying to do our best. We're all trying to do what's best for the child. And it definitely is challenging. I'm not going to say it's not. It's extremely challenging to share your child.
Oh yeah.
Especially on big events, birthdays, holidays, like every other Christmas, we aren't, like half of our family is gone.
Ugh.
And so it's hard, but I feel like you just really lean into the special moments, the moments that you're all together. Like we all just got back from Disneyland, and so
You all did? You all went together?
Yeah.
Wait, like so
No,
who?
oh, I'm sorry. No, not like
Oh.
no, not everyone. I'm saying just our kids. So
Your
David
kids,
and I
okay.
took the littles to Disneyland in August, and then we were sad the boys couldn't come, but they were with their other parents for their part of this summer. And we were like, you know what? We want to make it so that all of our kids are there, like our family of 6 is there. And so like moments like that where we're all together, holidays that we're all together, times that we're all together, even just the simple things like eating dinner together or playing football in Central Park. Like I cherish those moments.
Not after dark though.
Not after dark, not with the rats. I cherish those moments more because we are blended, because like there are times that of my 4 kids 2 are not there, you know? And so the times that we all are together, it's that much more special, more valuable, more like we hang on to those times that our family of 6 is together. Because when someone's not there, whether it be, you know, my stepson or Diesel, or like when one of our children, when they're not there, like we feel their absence so much.
Oh yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, blending a family is hard. And I feel like we do our best, but there's challenges. I mean, there's things that come up with the kids, things arise, and all the parents involved like have different opinions on how to handle it. Yeah. Or, you know, parenting styles are very different, and it's not an easy thing. Like, and so I think sometimes we make it look seamless, we make it look easy. It's not easy. Yeah. It's not, but we just know that we are blessed with these amazing children, and that we are their parents for a reason, that their situation is what it is for a reason, that they have 2 families for a reason, that they go back and forth for a reason. And we try and give everyone a lot of grace.
You guys are such good examples of selflessness, because like you said, it's really about the children. Yeah. And the fact that you would give grace to the exes and yourself. Yes. That's says so much about you.
We try. We're not perfect.
No. Oh no,
we try.
I know.
We try. But I feel like we're on like 2 ends of the spectrum too, because one of the co-parenting parents we have a really solid, like great relationship with, and on one we don't as much. Yeah. And so I think it's just like a lot of just putting the kids first and being like, end of the day, like we're all adults and we have to put the kids first. Yeah. So I think that's like my biggest piece of advice to anyone who is co-parenting, is to put the child first. Like you are in the business of raising a child, and if you treat it like a business with the other parents involved, that's going to be like leave the emotions out of it, because there are emotions. Oh, there's always going to be emotions. It doesn't matter how many years have passed. There's emotions. So you have to like remove them and be like, okay, we're in business together. We're, co-parenting this child, and let's keep it that way.
Wow. I can't even imagine. When you said that, I was just thinking about how like when I've gone out of town, the most I've ever left my kids is a week, and I like lose it. Like every second of that plane ride home or whatever, I'm like, get there. Like I cannot wait to see my kids. I can't imagine on a normal basis having to be away.
Yeah. Just like the day-to-day stuff, or like their birthdays. I think that's the hardest one. Like the child's birthday and then Christmas, because those are such like huge milestones. You look forward to your kids' birthdays all year, or Christmas all year. And so to have this huge like milestone, life event, holiday, and to be away and to not even like see them, it's hard, but it's our situation. And I feel like we can't control that. We just can control what we can control. Yeah. And we do the best we can, and realize that God gave us this family, gave us this situation, and we're going to make the absolute best we can of it. And we love our family, and honestly, we wouldn't change it. Wow. We're all learning from it, and this is our family.
You're such a good example of that. Seriously, you both are. I remember driving by your house a couple of times and I would see Diesel's dad picking him up and you guys would just be all chatting at the door like friends. I'm like, what the heck?
No,
I come from a divorced home. I'm like, that is not normal.
No, totally. That's what I was saying. I think we're on opposite ends because we have like this great like family relationship. Like we, you know, Diesel's dad and his stepmom and his sister, they come to my kids' birthday parties and we, you know, we celebrate, you know, things together. We go to their events, their life events.
That's so
and then
cool.
and then on the other side with my stepson, it's not quite like that. And so
sorry,
if you can have it like that, you know, like it's
better for everyone.
It's better for everyone. It's for sure better for everyone. But it takes two parties to
So what do your kids think of New York? Like, well, actually tell me what they first thought. Cause it's, I mean, when you land, it's like, where am I?
I know my kids had never been to New York ever. Like they had never been. They had seen it on movies, you know?
like every movie.
So they had seen it on movies. They were super excited, but I feel like my kids just jumped right in. Like they were like, okay, this is amazing. This is awesome. Like the transition was so smooth.
Wow.
It was so smooth. And I think that's like people expect it to be like, oh my gosh, it was this crazy thing going from a home in the suburbs to the city. But for us, I feel like
you guys had a large home too.
Yeah. The space, we went from, a large home to a very small apartment. So
how many bedrooms are in your apartment?
3.
Okay, that's
good. So for New York, it's actually really big.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's like
for
a
New York.
big apartment.
I don't even want to know how much that is every month, but
I'll tell you if you want. We went from a home to like a tiny apartment, but the kids loved it. They were just like, okay, like this is our new city. Let's go. And I think it helped that we moved and then the kids started school like 2 weeks later. Cause we moved the end of August. They started school in September and then we got them involved in extracurriculars right away. And so they really just,
it's because you guys are good parents and you made that transition smooth. Seriously, you guys really are. Kids are so fun. Like they're just seriously the best. Like I remember we took our kids just a year ago to North Lake Powell, not the normal Lake Powell, like North Lake Powell. It's called Tickaboo. No one even knows about it. There's like, they call it a resort out there, but it's like this motel. Anyway, and that was full because there was this convention thing in town. And so the only thing to rent out, we were there for a business thing, but we took our kids. Anyway, the only thing to rent out was this old trailer home, like from the 80s. I mean, it was, and it had never been updated either.
No. So you're scared of rats. I'm scared of that. I'd be like, no, I can't.
I did walk in a little scared. I was like making sure there's nothing moving in there. Like, but when we pulled into that area, I mean, it was like, where are we? It was like, this was an adventure. My kids the whole week were like, this is way better than our house. They're so like, this
fun.
Is so cool. But I'm like, we could go anywhere. This is so cool. But so you guys are planning on staying out there, you think?
I think so. I mean, David's career is out there. My career is out there. So I feel like we're just, for now, I mean, anything could change, right? I think if anything, we learned through the pandemic that things can change overnight.
Oh yeah.
So anything could change at any time. But I feel like for now and the foreseeable future, we're there. Like it absolutely feels like home to us. Like I can't imagine not living in the city.
Oh, that's so
raising
fun.
Kids in the city.
Gosh, I can't wait to hear more adventures. Okay, so lastly, what's your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about living out there?
Okay, my favorite thing is I think just like the energy of the city. Like you could be in your apartment and be like, oh, I'm kind of tired today. But you know, I've got things to do. And then you step out of your apartment and you're like, okay, let's go. Yeah. Like I'm ready. I'm going to check off my to-do list. Like, the hustle culture I feel like is energizing. Yeah. And I feel like every day you can do the same thing every day, but it's different because like I said, like everything around you is changing and you literally, it's impossible to get bored in New York City. Like there is always something to do. Yeah. Always.
At every hour.
Every hour there is of the day, there is day, night, there is something to do. And so you can never get bored. Like every day feels like an adventure. And I love that. Like for our personalities, like our family, like we live for that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Least favorite thing. I would say the space. Sometimes in our apartment, I feel a little claustrophobic, but we don't spend a lot of time in our apartment. Like I said, we're always out and about. Yeah. But sometimes, like I also feel like in New York, because of hustle culture, you feel like you can't just stay home. Yeah. Because you feel like you're missing out on everything going on in the city.
City of FOMO.
Totally. And I feel like in Utah, like when I come here, when we visit, when we're at our home here, I'm like, I'm not leaving my house. Like, I just want to stay in my house and let my kids play in the yard. But in New York, I'm like, okay, we got to go. Like, you know, so I would say like good and bad, the hustle culture and like always, you know.
Have you gotten weird looks for having all these kids with you?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. People will, especially when I have all 4 and I'm by myself and we're like getting on the subway or we're, you know, out and about. Yeah. Because people have like 1, maybe 2 kids there.
Yeah.
And even in like our friend group, like we have the
Double.
most kids. Yeah. Like everyone has 1, maybe 2, and then we have 4. But
so should I bring my 6 kids out there?
Yeah.
See how much judgment I get?
The looks you would get. Yeah. People would stop you.
I get looks here.
Yeah, which
I can't
is
imagine out there. I know.
Yeah, no, we get a lot of looks, but our kids are sweet. They're polite. They're fun, and you know, people are like, if anything, I think a lot of people are like, I don't know how you do it. That's crazy.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
good.
Like, yeah, like it's fun. It's chaos.
I just didn't know if they're like judging you for like populating the planet.
Oh no, I mean, there's people that judge us for sure. Yeah, like definitely. Like you definitely get looks. You definitely get like comments sometimes, but. I mean, you just have to
deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, hope you have a better day.
Well, I can't wait to have you back and hear adventures again in like a year because I know it's just going to get weirder.
Yes, let's do it. No, don't.
The more that you're out there.
Yes.
All my friends that have lived out there too, and I lived out there too, it's like, I'm not going to talk about some of the stuff I saw, but just stuff I didn't know existed.
Yes. Every day is an adventure. We'll just say that. Everything every day, things you see, you're like, oh wow, okay, that's new. We encountered something the other day that we hadn't seen, which I'm not going to get into on here. But David texted me. He's like, so this just happened. I was like, oh, okay.
Tell me one last thing. You have to tell me something. What's the weirdest? You just have to tell me.
The weirdest? Well, I mean, like getting morbid. Like sometimes you'll see people like.
Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I saw that.
That's what happened the other day. Like David texted me and he was like, he was walking Diesel to school and there was literally like, it was like a crime scene and like dead body on the street.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was definitely.
You're like, just another Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. Literally. I was like, okay, well,
wow.
Good morning. Like,
that's sad.
Yeah. So things like that, that's obviously like sad but it happens. Weird. I mean, yeah, you'll see people like, you know, talking to themselves, yelling, not clothed, to like peeing on building. You know what I mean? Like just like things where you're like,
that's
there's like a traveling animal guy and he like sits on the corner with like all these animals surrounding him and people will like stop and take videos. You know, the thing is it's just like people just are little free spirits out in New York. Like they just do what they want to do. And I mean, no one cares because everyone's like doing their own thing. So,
okay. Well, I'm going to have you back because we're going to hear more of the weirdness.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming.
I feel honored that I'm a guest on your podcast.
Well, you know, I love you. So it was a matter of time.
I love you too. Oh, I love you too.